Mr. Sean Curtis onto the live now. Just waiting for him to respond there. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, give me a high five if you guys are excited for today's live event. What's up, Sean? What up, bro?
How are you?
Good, and yourself, man?
Good to be here.
Good, good.
Good.
Good to see you after quite a while, man. Last time I linked up with Sean, we were in Vegas at Social Hacker Summit. We're doing our immersion in Vegas, and Sean came through to Social Hacker Summit to share some of his fashion secrets. And yeah, it was I really enjoyed your talk. Out of all the talks we had at Social Hacker Summit, yours was one of the ones at the top of the list there. And that's why I wanted to bring you in today.
Thank you so much.
So you can share some more of your fashion knowledge with the guys on the group, because one thing I really liked about Sean's advice and Sean's talk was that he was the first guy like I've ever experienced and I've ever seen to actually literally break down fashion from a technical perspective. Okay, a lot of fashion experts like to give some woo-woo freaking philosophical fashion advice, but Sean actually breaks it down to the technical core, and he breaks it down into a very like systematic and very simple, easy structure that anyone can follow. So I'm excited to hear your your tips and your breakdown of the guys' pictures on the group. But before we get into the breakdown, I actually wanted to ask Sean a couple of questions. Also, guys, if you do have any questions for Sean regarding your fashion, regarding the pictures, regarding your outfits for your Instagram, for your Tinder, whatever it is, make sure you leave a comment, and then we'll actually get to your comments. Let's see here. So Sean, I just wanted to quickly ask you a couple of questions before we actually get into your breakdown, because I just wanted to ask you these questions. I think these questions I'm going to ask you are very, very important for guys that are on this group and for guys that are trying to develop themselves, trying to improve their image for the types of women they're meeting. And I think there's just a few things guys need to understand and have in the back of their minds, especially when it comes to choosing outfits, when it comes to knowing what clothes to wear, when it comes to actually taking pictures for Instagram, Tinder, all the social media, because again, you always want to put yourself in a position where, again, you are getting the girl's attention in the positive way. So, Sean, how you been though?
I've been good. I've been fantastic.
Good, man.
I agree. Yeah, we had a good Social Hacker Summit. I can't wait for the next one.
Awesome. So let me crack into the first question there. So, Sean, let's crack into it, man. Let's not beat around the bush. So why is fashion so important for things like Instagram and Tinder and social media and all of that stuff? Why is it so important for guys, and why should they pay attention to their fashion?
Yeah. So listen, I think the pickup community has come full circle. Before the pickup community, before we as men get into pickup, we think that, looks and money are what matters and that nothing else matters, right? So growing up, that's what almost we're taught just by society. Then we find pickup, and then we find out, say, the opposite, right? So we are taught that it's more of our personality, the way that we carry ourselves as men, etc. But see, there's something that happens once these guys get into this and learn that. Looks just completely fall by the wayside. I remember there was a period in the pickup timeline where, it would be looked up to go out, with a shitty outfit or, stains on your shirt and, be able to do what, the best pickup artist can do. And I guess that is respectable in some way. But it's not very sustainable. I mean, if you're good at doing this with bad clothing, think of how good you would be with good clothing. It's just going to expand your reach, and probably expand the reach to the type of girl that you actually want. So, and that's where we come here. I want to be the person to kind of bring the whole image aspect of game and pickup and attraction back to the community, because I think it's lost. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be, it's not so much of a priority where, you have to obsess over it or get down on yourself about it if you don't have it. But having it just gives you such a leg up. I have experienced it in my own life just so much. I mean, I would never say I'm bad at pickup, but I'm not saying at your guys' level, the guys who do it full time, the guys who are, at your level. But, the image that I have going on, presenting to the world, it really gets me out of a lot of situations where most guys would fail. Most guys would get blown out. I tend to say the wrong thing a lot. Can I just run my mouth? And that's not always very strategic, right? I notice, I've said the same thing that other guys have said, literally the exact same thing, exact same way. But there's just, I kind of have my foot in the door already, where I'm kind of given the benefit of the doubt, and I get to move on. I get a pass almost. I've seen myself just get pass after pass after pass, and it shocks me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I shouldn't be attracting this girl right now. I'm saying all the wrong things. So I think, just to really circle back, if a lot of guys really just took a break on game, because they're already so good, but they're not getting the results that they need. They're already at a 99% skill level, but they feel like they need to be at 100, and then they'll start getting the results that they need. I think most guys, a lot of guys, especially in the community, their skill level is already good. I think they need to take a little break, work on some other areas, come back, and then see how much their game has improved. And I think the image aspect of this is one of those
It's
areas.
a big
So
area.
I think it's very important to, so I think it's very important to game. I think it's very important to social media as well, because social media, Instagram is your new business card. That is the new business card, so that is what people look at when they want to know more about you. Should I hang out with this guy? Should I get to know this guy more? Let me take a look at his Instagram, and I think it's a lot less to do with the amount of followers you have or the amount of likes, and more so to do with the way that you portray yourself in your photos. Okay. And, professional photos, as we know, go a long way, versus just regular selfie photos. But really, that's combined with how you present yourself and how you look in the professional photos. Both of those operating at 100% can just, I don't have very many followers on Instagram, but I've started to put some just good, fashionable, good outfit photos on my Instagram, on my personal Instagram, and I've just seen just the world of difference, So when a girl, or anyone for that matter, peeps your Instagram to find out more about you, to qualify you, and she sees that you dress nice, you're able to dress in many different styles, be very versatile, you're a well put together guy. Well, that's what she wants to see when you're not in front of her. When you're in front of her, maybe at the club, she wants to feel good. But as you know, sometimes that can just end right there at the end of that night. It was just an adventure of the night, So that's great if you can give her a great emotion during the night. But the next day, let's say when she peeps your Instagram, she's not so much looking for an emotion anymore. She's more looking for more of the logical. Okay, let's should I actually hang out with this guy? Let's break this guy down, And so when she sees you're a well put together guy, you know how to put together your image. That's pretty much the main thing that you can do, that Instagram is good for. You should take advantage of that. So that's why it's important for social media.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And you said quite a lot then, a lot of value you said. Then it's like when she's not there with you and she's in her logical state, she's thinking to herself, like, why should I hang out with this guy? And especially with girls, they're always looking for reasons why not to hang out with you. And again, when you start slipping with things like your fashion, you start slipping with things like how you behave when she's not around, she's looking for reasons why you're not the alpha male that you claim that you were when you were picking her up. So again, you want to again stack the odds in your favor. You want to build yourself, build your character, build your profile in a way where again it's like the verbals that you're saying, the words that you're saying, the actions that you're taking, as well as your image is all in alignment. Everything is congruent, because there's nothing worse for a girl than a guy who, with his words, he's saying all the right things, he's making her feel the right feelings, but then again, she looks at your Tinder or she looks at your Instagram and there's something that doesn't make sense. Things don't add up. So again, with this whole thing with working on yourself and developing yourself, exactly like you said, is like, yes, you've got you've got the game to help you with things like the verbals, things to help you with how to behave, how to your tonality, your words, your actions. But then you also need to have all the other elements in your life that support the things that you're saying. Because again, you coming up to the girl telling her that you're this high value alpha male, okay, but then your image doesn't support that. So it's, again, just as Sean said, and I agree with that, is like you need to look at all the areas in your life, because again, if you are looking at improving all other areas in your life, it's just going to supplement and stack all the odds in your favor. Okay, things like your Instagram, things like your social media, things like your Tinder is what's going to help you. So fashion is one of those things. And like I said, for me, Sean was one of the first guys that I actually met that actually took this side of game actually serious. Because for me, I was in my in my circle, in my community, I was the first guy that took fashion seriously. I was the first guy that actually cared about the things I was wearing, cared about the clothes I was wearing, and I almost had to help everyone in my circle and help everyone in my community with their fashion, because it was a, like you said, it was something that guys didn't care about anymore. It was just more like, oh, just because my game is good, it doesn't matter what I wear. And to a point, that is true. But again, it's about stacking your odds in your favor. So yeah, especially with me, the students that I coach, I always make an emphasis on things like fashion, switching up their fashion, changing their fashion, because I know that's only going to help them with their game moving forward.
Actually, and if I can
Yeah.
add one thing, I always feel like I must say this. Some guys can worry a little bit when we get on this subject. You know, they say, "Well, I was born unattractive." You know, so does that mean that that's always going to hold me back? And what I have to say to that is, what I have noticed after much experimentation is that the things that you were born with have a lot less to do with attraction from a girl's part than the things that you can actually change, right? So I myself, and I'm sure you have seen, Tumelo, you know, I've seen guys who are just, you know, weren't born with the most physically attractive facial features or body. I've seen them with attractive women. You know, I've seen fat guys with attractive women, bald guys with attractive women, just not good looking in the face with attractive women. I've seen it all, right? But I haven't seen, I can't remember the last time I've seen, you know, a guy who doesn't look put together or doesn't dress well with an attractive woman, you know? So
100%.
these things that you can change, the grooming, the hair, the posture, the voice, and the clothing, that is what matters. You could be the ugliest guy, but if you have all of those down, guaranteed you're okay. Guaranteed you're okay. But you have to get those down, right? No game is going to fix those
100%.
things.
It's like you said, yeah.
So game can fix the things that you were born with.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like you
Go ahead,
said, and it's very, very important. This is something I want guys to really take note of. It's like you need to take the things that are in your control. Take everything that's in your control, because in this journey and in this game, there's so many things that aren't in your control. You can't control the way she reacts. You can't control the decisions she makes, but you can control what you wear. You can control the words that come out of your mouth. You can control how you behave. You can control how you react to certain situations. So take everything that is in your control, dump down on it, okay, and just stack the odds in your favor. I mean, it's just, that's how simple it is. And fashion is one of those things. Now, Sean, before we get into other questions, I just wanted you to, because I looked at the pictures that guys were posting, and a big thing that was coming across my mind, and a big question that kept crossing my mind every time I looked at guys' pictures, was like, what look are you going for? Okay, I was just confused. I was like, this guy's I just don't understand, like, what kind of look are you going for? What are you trying to achieve with the clothes you're wearing? And I think a lot of guys are lost in that sense. They don't know what look they're trying to be going for. So what I want you to share with the guys, Sean, is like, maybe if you can put um, or maybe share some certain categories or share some certain characters in terms of looks that guys should be going for, guys can be going for, because I'm seeing a lot of mixtures of looks. I'm seeing confused guys, basically. Guys are confused. And maybe if you can break that down for the guys, like what certain character, what certain image, or what certain type of look in terms of category should guys be looking at and should guys be choosing in terms of the looks that they should be going for Instagram and Tinder and everything fashion wise.
Absolutely. I think that, I mean, if we just start from, if we backwards engineer, right? From the thought, right? So when someone sees a man and they say, oh my God, that man looks confused in terms of clothing and his appearance, right? You know, I think the biggest cause of that thought is, you know, this guy is this way. This is this type of guy, but he's dressing in this way. And he's dressing in a totally different way than is himself, because it could be a number of different reasons, right? It could be because he read a GQ magazine and the GQ magazine told him this is the style. This is the style that is good in 2019. If you don't wear this style, then it's not good. You know what I mean? So it's like, what I try to get to my clients is that it's not a definitive answer of what is good and what is bad. It's really what is effective and what is ineffective, right? So the best outfit could be completely ineffective on the wrong guy, right? The best outfit could be completely ineffective if it doesn't match your personality, you know, because there's going to be that level of incongruence there where your thoughts, words, and actions aren't aligned. The actions referring in this case to the clothing that you've managed to put on your body, and your thoughts being the type of guy that you are. So those are going to be misaligned, and the spotlight is going to be on you, and people are going to be like, there's something wrong here. I don't like it. And let's expose him. And that's where you get, you know, that's where guys get maybe clowned a little bit, like in a group or a social setting, even when they're dressed technically well. I've seen guys dressed technically well, but still get clowned and not get the respect that the clothing is there to design to do. You know, so so I think that's a common reason for a thought like that. Is I always in my one-on-one coaching, I try to find out who the guy is, what kind of guy am I working with, like what archetype of a man is this, and then we break that down, and then we select the clothing. You know, so we don't select the clothing first. That's actually one of the later steps. First, I want to get to know this guy's body type physically, but also mentally. I want to get inside of his mind and say, okay, what clothing would work for this guy specifically? Okay, so there's a few different archetypes of a guy. There's a few different types of guys out there. There's a more dapper kind of guy. That's a more like a James Bond type, you know, just a very sophisticated. That's the guy that you would normally find, say, in like a suit or just sharp attire, tucked in shirt, etc. And now, granted, all these guys can wear suits and tucked in shirts, but the dapper kind of guy would probably walk more towards that type of clothing, right? And let's see, there's a more like extravagant pickup style type of guy, might be the more wild, or maybe more mentally free, socially taking social risk, you know, just a little going against the grain, you know, that type of guy, which we find a lot in this community. And that guy's going to wear totally different clothes, right? And it's going to match his personality, right? So if he were to wear, say, the suit with the tie and a very formal attire, that may not work as well as if he wore the totally ripped up jeans or the fuckboy outfit or the just very extravagant type of clothing, because that clothing is going to match his gregarious social risk type of personality, right? You know, and then there's another example would be a type of rugged guy, you know what I mean? Like that very hyper masculine beard, you know, type of guy, right? In which a suit probably, you know, very tight fitting, fashion forward suit probably wouldn't match with his personality either, you know? So again, it's not what is good, what is bad, because I love tight fitting suits, but I'm not going to declare them good all across the board, because maybe for the rugged type of guy, there's just a better type of dress out there that would link to his personality so well. And then the girls become attracted to the link of the personality and the clothing. They're not specifically attracted to the clothing. You know, it's almost hard. It's almost hard to have a girl specifically attracted to clothing. It's just clothing. It's just, you know what I mean? It's material item. I guess it can go a little bit, but I mean, especially, it's not even like us where we're kind of attracted to clothing on girls, but they're totally different. They will be attracted to the link between clothing and your personality and your overall, the big picture, you know? So don't ever look for clothing to up attraction, because it won't. But if you use clothing in the right way, oh my God, it can go so far.
100%. So yeah, you said there, it was the three looks, right? It's the dapper look, we've got the rugged look, and also the what we call the fuck boy, or the
fuck boy, extravagant.
Okay, so those are the three main categories that you guys want to be thinking about when it comes to the type of look that you want. And it's important what Sean said there is like, you first want to start from the end, okay? Because what most guys do is they see a guy in a suit and like, okay, well, maybe I just need to wear the suit. But it's, again, you need to think, like you said, reverse engineer what you want, which is, what type of, number one, look do you want? What is your personality, or the personality that you want to portray? Because again, what I think is very important for guys to understand is like, I don't want guys to think that, oh, because I'm a rugged guy, okay, I can only wear rugged clothes. That's not what it's about. It's about that the outfit or the clothes that you wear need to fit the personality, okay, or the character that you're trying to portray. And yes, you're a human being. You've got different versions of yourself. There's different characters that you can play. For myself, as an example, like if I'm going out trying to pick up girls, okay, I'm going to go for the fuck boy, that extravagant kind of look. But if I'm in a meeting, business meeting, or if I'm teaching Forex, or I'm at an investment meeting, I'm going to have the dapper look. I'm going to play the part that I want to, the character or the qualities that I want to portray. So what guys need to think is like, what qualities do you want to portray? What character do you want to portray? But also what's more important is, what kind of girl do you want to attract, okay? Because again, certain girls also are attracted to certain characters or looks. So think about the girl that you want to attract, the qualities that you want to portray, and then the outfit is what's going to help you to portray that character or that look. So reverse engineer, as Sean was saying. So a very, very valuable tips there. Now, so guys, now let's just say guys now, they know what kind of look they want to go for. They've decided what kind of girl they want to attract, and they know that this character is the best character that's going to help them to relate with that girl and for them to portray their character. How should now guys go about actually selecting these clothes? Because again, it's about the entire outfit. And what I see a lot from guys, and especially from the pictures that guys were posting, is I look at the picture and I see like one or two nice, good, items, but the outfit as a whole doesn't make sense. So how should guys go about actually selecting an entire outfit for that look that they're trying to go for?
Yeah, definitely, because I see the same thing. It's like a guy can get lucky and end up with a few good outfits, but putting it all together is a completely different ball game. So it is a little bit of an art, and unfortunately for us men, it's a lot. It's just not in a lot of our DNA to know that instinctively. Women have it a lot more. They just understand it on a deeper level. But for guys, it's like, sometimes we're just totally inept with it, So what I would do is without a coach, if I were to do this without a coach, start over without a coach and go on this journey. Luckily, it's easier now because we have Instagram and social media and Web 2.0. But what I would do is I would select someone who maybe like a celebrity or a popular social figure that I know is like me, thinks like me, is the type of guy that is like me. and who I like their style, I like the way that they dress, and then I would follow them and kind of get ideas for outfits that way in terms of what to match. And again, easier said than done, easier said than done, because I mean, even when I do that, even when I have done them in the past, even when I see my clients do that, it's just tough. You know what I mean? It's hard to get the exact type of fit that you're seeing on someone else. It's hard to find that. You're going to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you may not even find it in the end. You'll get frustrated and you'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to dressing the way I was. It wasn't so bad. My life wasn't so bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that is the best way. When I was, I mean, I'm 33. So when I got into this, when I was 18, there was nothing to, I mean, I guess magazines, but how often would you even come across a magazine? We weren't glued to magazines like we are to our phones. So it was a lot more difficult at the time to simply just look up to, and I don't want to say copy, but be influenced by more popular like celebrities or social media figures. So that is the best way. But again, it's just so tough. It's tough without a coach. It's tough without a coach because a lot of these celebrities have custom made clothes for them. So how are you going to get that? But it can give you a good start. It can give you a good head start, especially for the beginner who just doesn't dress well at all. It can give you a fantastic head start in the journey. So that is what I would suggest.
100%. And the guys on this group are lucky because again, you've got guys like Sean, you've got guys like me to help you with your fashion. Because with me, that is exactly what it was. When I got into this and when I got into this journey, it was like I didn't have anyone to coach me with like what fashion items I had to wear. Guys look at me now and they see that I'm fashionable and stuff. And it wasn't always like this in a sense. Look, I am fashionable. I know how to pick clothes. I know how to go about selecting items. But then when I got into pickup, there wasn't anyone to actually look up to because again, as you said in the beginning, like this was an area that guys just put to the back seat. So how I did it was, well, first my mentor, he told me how he told me to get good at game was he said to me, he's like, whenever you go to the venue, okay, instead of just standing around, trading around with your friends, look at the guys that's getting the results that you want. Okay, look at the guys that are getting the girls that you want, and then start actually modeling those guys. Okay, so luckily for me, I had my coach to mentor me with my game, but also I took that thought, I took that advice, and I thought, wow, if that's what it is, if all I have to do is just look at the guy that's getting the girl that I want, then all I have to do was copy him. And then I realized, well, maybe I can do the same thing with the fashion. And that's what I did. I used to go out, I'd look at the guys that were getting the girls that I wanted, and I started seeing a pattern and I started seeing similarities in the clothes that they were wearing. And I started taking notes. And all I did was I just copied exactly what I did. I saw ripped jeans. I started wearing ripped jeans. I saw certain shoes guys were wearing. I started wearing those shoes. I started seeing certain jeans. I started wearing those jeans. I started seeing certain shirts. Started wearing certain shirts. I started seeing certain accessories and the way the guys were grooming themselves. And all I did was I just took 1 + 1 and made it 2. And again, it was a long process, but what I learned is what I'm sharing with the guys that I coach, and exactly how Sean went about it is also what you're teaching your guys. But guys are lucky now. All they have to do is look at guys like me, look at guys like you, and they get that advice like easily. So yeah, there's no point going through the whole trying to reinvent the wheel again. Just literally look at the guy that's getting the results that you want. Look at the guy that's got the character, got the look that you're looking for, and simply just get advice from that guy. So
100% agree.
So give us a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the advice that you're getting right now. There's a lot of value bombs that are being dropped already. So give us a thumbs up, guys, if you're enjoying it. I know you guys have some questions. We will get through to your questions, but give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Also, I've just put a post over there. I'm back on YouTube, guys, so feel free to subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to be dropping some epic videos, epic content. Sean's also going to be dropping a lot of content on his YouTube. We'll get to Sean's details right now. A lot of guys are enjoying this. Now, Sean, let's crack straight back into it. I know you had some tips that you wanted to share with some guys before we actually get into the breakdown, because I know a lot of guys are sitting there thinking, Sean, when are you going to break down my outfit? I'm waiting for you to break down my outfit. So I know you want to share some few things before we get into that. So crack on with it, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, I think I'll start. I think I'll just play off of a little bit what you said, which is, I mean, the first tip I have is really you need to dress for the girl that you want. Okay. And I just see so many guys not doing this. I see so many guys just dressing in, I mean, what does the community tell us these days? It's just dress like a fuckboy and you'll get the girls, you know? So there's that blanket advice, which I don't believe is effective for everyone. I believe it's only effective just for a few people, a certain type of individual who likes those type of girls. But for me, myself, I don't want those type of girls. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the type of girls that the fuckboy clothing would attract. I believe there is a name for these girls, and I believe they're called, yes, thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want thoughts. I don't particularly like being around them. It's just a different type of girl. You know, they're not less than me or anything like that. I'm not even, it's not even like that. I just don't know what to talk to him about. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I love Dan Bilzerian. I think Dan Bilzerian is great, but I mean, if he invited me on a jet, like, he'd be like, all right, let's go. Like, we got the girls. I'd be like, oh, I can't go, dude. You know what I mean? And he's going to be like, but the girls. And I'm going to be like, yeah, but they're going to talk and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to talk about? You know what I mean? So I like, to be honest, what I like especially recently is, like, I don't know, I just like a nice girl. Like, niceness goes just a long way. I like a girl who can have fun, who you would find in a club, but not all the time. You know, I like so many qualities that just a fuckboy outfit just would not mesh with. It just would not, you know, attract. That maybe the fuckboy outfit just isn't for me. Not only is it just not for my personality, but it's also now not for the type of girl that I want to attract. So I'm probably going to stay away from that type of clothing. You know, so you want to dress for the type of girl that you want. I actually want to read a little passage from the fantastic book, The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. He says, everything in seduction is a sign, and nothing more so than clothes. It is not that you have to dress interestingly, elegantly, or provocatively, but that you have to dress for your target, have to appeal to your target's taste. When Cleopatra was seducing Mark Antony, her dress was not brazenly sexual. She dressed as a Greek goddess, knowing his weakness for such fantasy figures. Contrast works well here. At work or home, you might dress nonchalantly. Marilyn Monroe, for example, wore jeans and a t-shirt at home, but when you are with the target, you wear something elaborate, as if you were putting on a costume. Your Cinderella transformation will stir excitement, and the feeling that you have done something just for the person that you are with is just going to go so far. You know, whenever your attention is individualized, in that you would not dress like that for anyone else, it is infinitely more seductive. So listen, I know that we try to raise our value, you know what I mean, and we try to appear really cool in the community and not give anyone individualized attention, like, oh, this is not special for you, you know what I mean? Oh, I don't care. Like, it's the whole like not caring battle. But I think girls really appreciate that, especially when they already have interest from the get-go, and you give them your individual attention specific to them. I think it can go a long way. So dress for the girl that you want. Don't take the blanket advice of just a fuckboy, or you need to wear a suit, or you need to look like this, like GQ will tell you. It's not that easy. It's a little bit more complicated. Number two is a little bit more practical advice. I want to see guys try more of a dry hair type of look. You know, I think especially for hair, it's tough because a lot of guys think that a lot of guys think that, okay, I need to, gel my hair or put, the pomade in, or a lot of, they have that wet look, and they have, the very formal parted to the side over here. You know what I mean? It's just that it looks like they came out of the shower. It's just very shiny. And that can look good in certain environments and with certain outfits. But there's so much to be said about a dry hair look. I have like kind of a dry hair look right now. It's a little bit of a contrast because it's a little bit messy. But I also have this nice, slightly formal looking button-up shirt. You know what I mean? So it's just a good contrast. So I think guys should, not a total unkempt, just, uncared about type of hair. Don't just let it go, in a bad way. But maybe just, shape it with your hair, with your hands, and put maybe just a little bit of product in. So try using a little bit less product. I swear dry hair look against the face makes the face look so much better, in my opinion, than a wet-haired look. It's like when you get out of the shower and then you look in the mirror, and then you look at your face, and you can almost see more so the imperfections in your face, maybe the aging in your face, or imperfections in the skin, such as maybe craters or scars, or maybe bags under the eyes. So that's what that's what it looks like when you get out of the shower and your hair is wet. Well, it's very similar to if you have a lot of gel or a lot of product and you have that wet look throughout the day, right? So, but with a dry hair type of look, it takes the attention off of those things, and it makes you look a little bit more natural, a little bit more. I don't want to say like beautified, because I don't think guys want to hear that, but I don't know. I think for a lot of guys, it makes it look better. Plus, with a dry hair look, it can up your effortless factor, right? So it can make you look a lot more effortless, and that's kind of what we guys want to look like, So exactly, So I mean, if I came here with the same outfit, with the same shirt, with the dapper kind of facial structure that I have, and then I did have a hairstyle like that, where it was perfectly combed, very clean cut. Well, then I may not be able to relate to a lot of you. You know what I mean? And plus, honestly, it wouldn't even be in my personality. I'm a laid back guy. I'm an effortless kind of guy. You know what I mean? So I like the contrast right now between the hair and what I'm wearing. I think it works perfectly. I'm capturing all audiences. And when I speak to a girl, now I'm capturing all the female audiences. If she likes an effortless type of guy, she sees it in my hair. If she likes a little bit more dapper, maybe a little bit more formally put together guy, she sees it in the button up that I'm wearing. You know what I mean? So I'm capturing everything right there. So try a dry hair look. Try a dry hair look just for a little bit. And then 3 is be careful who you get your advice from. And this is so important, right? I mean, even these like online men's fashion gurus, oh my God, you would be surprised how little experience they have on the subject. I was watching, and I will not name the specific guru, but I was watching one video that was posted last week by if you know any guru online for men's fashion, you probably know this one. And I was seeing this video, and it was like an infield, right? So I guess there's like infield with men's fashion now. So they go and they shop. Like they go and they shop, right? And so it's infield shopping, right? And so I don't know. I saw how uncomfortable he was in the store, in public, in terms of fashion, with even just like the employees. These are just employees. Some of these are like teenagers. You know what I mean? But it was almost like I saw his voice lower. I saw him get a little bit more closed up, a little less shy than you are used to seeing, say, on the YouTube videos, right? I saw things like he wasn't even able to pronounce certain designers, and that's okay. You don't have to be bougie like that, but you should, if you're going to be an expert, I feel like you should know the whole terrain. You should know, if you're an expert, if you're a master of your craft, I feel like you should know everything, and so what I came to realize, what I definitely know, is that a lot of these guys, these fashion gurus who have these popular YouTube channels in terms of men's clothing, they don't have the work behind it. You know what I mean? So they don't, they're just bloggers. They're just really bloggers. I mean, it's just no different than a GQ editor who's really just a writer. He went to school for writing. He may have picked up some tips along the way, but he hasn't worked in the retail industry. He hasn't worked around clothing for 13 years. You know what I mean? I've worked with these brands for so long. I've been flown out to, you know, I've been in Italy. I've seen these fashion shows. I've seen these clothing, this clothing before it comes out. It's even released. You know what I mean? I've been living and breathing this for so long. And so be very careful of who you listen to, because it's those people who you think are knowledgeable, those people who are very good at marketing and who just look like they know what they're talking about, that are going to tell you things like wear fuckboy clothing, you know what I mean? And just simplify the subject just a little bit too much. Yeah, to conclude, be careful who you listen to. We can go into the breakdown of the outfits.
The moment everyone's been waiting for.
And related to be careful who you listen to, I want to add just a little caveat. In terms of women, I think a lot of guys want opinions from women on how to dress. And I don't think this is the best approach all the time. Sometimes it is, very rarely, but women just don't know the male physique. You know what I mean? They don't know the male mind. And I think you really just, the best, even though you're trying to attract the woman, doesn't mean that you should go to the women and find out how to dress. You know what I mean? You don't ask a fish how to catch a fish. You ask the expert fisherman, right? So I think with women, I'm very careful. I'm very careful in terms of who I vet. I need someone who is very articulate. I need someone who can think from a logical perspective. And really, when I do tell my clients get a woman's advice, it's really only their, like, how the woman feels about the outfit. You know, that's all I care about from the women's perspective. Most women, right? Most women, that's all I care about from the women's perspective is how the outfit makes them feel. I don't want anything past that, you know? I don't want them to tell like advice on what the guys should do, because they won't even say the type of clothing that actually attracts them. You know what I mean? It's just the same thing with attraction. You know, it's like asking a girl how to attract another girl. They won't say what actually attracts them. They don't know. But you can ask a girl. It's very effective to ask a girl, hey, how does this outfit make you feel? You know what I mean? Is this good to you? Is this doing anything for you? So I have a special guest. I have a girl who I vet as giving opinions on this subject. She's not completely in the fashion industry, but she is definitely tied to the fashion industry. So she has experience. And she is going to, as we break down these outfits, I'm going to choose three. We're going to break down three outfits. She's going to tell you how the outfits make her feel. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to give a technical breakdown, a more logical breakdown of what you should or should not do.
Beautiful. So let's crack into this, man. Let's get the female opinions. And it's before we go into that, that's very important what you said. It's again, it's the same thing with pickup and with your game. It's like, don't listen to what the girl is saying, okay? Pay attention to how she reacts and pay attention to her emotions, okay? Because her emotions are what are actually communicating what's going on in her mind. So great advice there, great bomb over there. And I'm actually excited that you brought a female through to actually tell the guys exactly how she feels, because again, this is what the guys are doing it for. They're doing it for the girls. So I'm really excited to have it. So let's crack into the outfit. So you said you chose three outfits, right? Okay, let's get into it, man.
So how do you want them to look at the outfits? Maybe if they open up a separate tab and go to the thread with the photos?
They can just go with what you have right now. Just say whoever outfit you're looking at, so the guy's name and the outfit, and then we'll the guys who don't know about it will go back to the event and have a look. Cool.
Sounds good. And maybe I'll just show the photo really quick on here. So first we are going to do Georgie,
Mr. Georgie. Okay.
And here is the outfit. Everyone just kind of scan it.
Red polka dot outfit.
All right, and we are going to hand it over to her name is Nikki. So this is Nikki, and she's going to break down how she feels about this outfit.
SPU Nikki is in the building. SPU Nikki is in the building.
Hey guys.
Hey Nikki, what's up?
All right, I'm going to go about this.
Cool.
Yeah. How does it make you feel?
I think more so, it's not that the outfit itself is bad, although I don't really care for it. It's more that it frustrates me because it doesn't look like something that fits him well in terms of his personality. It doesn't feel congruent to the kind of person that he is. The colors just don't really, it kind of washes him out. It doesn't really flatter him in any way. And it's frustrating too, because if you just look at his face, like, he is an attractive guy. He is not a bad looking guy by any means, but this is where all of this advice comes in, right? Because if you're not wearing and dressing in a way with having the self-awareness of how you should look in coordinates of what you're wearing, then this is an example of something that's not really a desirable outfit.
So Nikki's frustrated there, man. Georgie, what's going on, bro?
Yes, I am. All right. Do we?
And then I'll give my.
Also,
so
guys,
Georgie, I think
before
that
you go, continue there. Like, again, shout out to the guys that actually took the time and put themselves out there to put their picture to get broken down. It's only going to help you. Again, well done, Georgie. Again, you're just only going to get value from this, and you're going to learn from this. So yeah, Sean, crack on with it.
Definitely. Georgie's like, she's jealous.
She's frustrated, bro. She's frustrated.
I love it. I like Georgie.
Yeah,
I like
Georgie's
Georgie.
man.
No, I think with this outfit is that I think the shirt, first and foremost, the eyes just draw to the shirt before it even draws to his face, right? So you don't want clothing that is just so out there and obvious that it draws to the clothing instead of your face. You want the clothing to be the foundation to highlight your face. And the reason why is because our face is where our game comes from. Our face is where our personality comes from, our verbals come from, our eye contact come from. So everything that attracts the girl is coming somehow from something in our face, right? So you don't want attention taken away from the face. And I think this outfit does only that, unfortunately. Because if I put my hand over the outfit, then I look, and like she said, he's kind of an attractive guy, so it's like, but it's almost like the shirt would almost not have you believe that unless you looked closer. And you can't expect that a girl is just going to have enough time or give you the benefit of the doubt to be like, oh, let me look closer. There's too many guys hitting her up. So so I think with this specific shirt, not only the fit, which is just very baggy around the arms and just everywhere, the chest is just very unflattering to the body. I think the pattern is just, it's I'm not too keen on it. I'm not too keen. It's not flattering at all. It's washing him out, etc. Apart from that, I would combining it with the style of denim that he has is probably not my favorite combination. It's actually not. I would upgrade the denim, to be honest. And here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post. There's two types of denim. Okay, so there's the old style denim that our dads used to wear, which is that grainy fabric, that very dad style fabric. And then there's a new style of denim that kind of came around in the 90s where it's just woven differently. It takes a little bit more time and a little bit more money, a little bit more effort to weave, but it just looks so much better. It just looks more high quality, and it just looks so much more flattering on a body. So I'm gonna post I'm just going to post a link in the chat right now.
Yeah, guys, stay away from daddy jeans, okay? Stay away from the dad jeans.
So the link that I just posted right now is the type of denim that you want. It's the nice looking denim, the luxury style denim. But honestly, what you'll see with that photo is that's just a pair of Levi's. You don't even need to spend a lot of money to have this type of denim. You just need to be on the look for it, so it's not that old dad style grainy fabric, but it is that new, if you notice, if you close up on it and notice, you'll see it's more of like a waterfall pattern. Instead of like a bunch of grains, it's more of like a bunch of lines going down, and it just looks a little bit more sleek, just a little bit more nicer. So I would change the denim on that as well. So the next outfit.
Okay, let's go to the next outfit.
Good job, Georgie.
What's up? Nice one, Georgie. Hopefully you got some value from that. Give us a thumbs up if you got some value there, Georgie. Cool, just open up the link. Okay, so you're saying that's the type of jeans guys need to be looking for, right? Okay,
yes,
100%.
Exactly. So next outfit is, this is Rowan.
Mr. Rowan, 33.
Which I believe is your student, right? Okay. So let's just get everyone to get a good
Savage.
look at this. 33 Savage. All right. So we're going to hand it over to Nikki again. She's going to tell you how she feels about this outfit.
Good luck, 33. 33.
All right. This outfit. Oftentimes when it comes to fashion, sometimes guys want to just like dress up in a certain way where it's like, oh, like suit and tie kind of feel, but you don't even necessarily need that to be able to kind of capture a woman. If anything, if it's not congruent to the kind of personality that you have, then don't do that. So this is a good example of an outfit that is still relaxed and laid back, that fits him well. Like it fits him, like even the fitting of the clothing fits him really well. And you don't even have to try too hard. And it's a good example of a great outfit.
Awesome. Nice one, 33. Nice one, 33.
Cool. So, so what I would add, I actually do like the outfit. I would perfect it a little bit. And what I do notice about the outfit, if you take a closer look at the outfit, is that I noticed that the shirt is a little bit elongated. And actually both, from what I see, the overshirt and the undershirt are a bit elongated. And then the pants are a little bit more of maybe that sagging type, right? So it's actually like a lower cut. So those two combined, if you look at it really closely, it almost looks as if his legs are shorter than they actually are, and his torso is actually longer than it actually is. So it's throwing off his proportions. It's throwing off his proportions massively, and that in turn actually makes him look shorter than he actually is. You can create a type of image where it makes you look tall, even if you don't have the height. You know what I mean? It can make you can make your legs look long. And you can appear as a tall guy, even if you don't technically have the height. Looking tall is a lot less than you would think about the actual height and where your head lies in relation to the ground versus the sky.
So how do you make that happen?
Right? So so the exact opposite of what he's doing is how I would make that happen. I would make the shirt a little bit shorter, and I'd make the pants maybe ride much higher, right? Maybe a little bit more of a lower rise, and not too hanging down too far. You know, so like mine, let me see. So mine is up here. It's not sagging. You know, this is where my crotch is. It doesn't have that sagging look. That can be okay for some type of outfits, but for this, especially pairing it with such a long upper body type of overshirt and undershirt, it's just throwing it off, making him look like he has small legs, which I don't think he does. You know,
100%, got that.
But other than that, I actually like the outfit. I like where he was going with the outfit. I like it.
Awesome.
I like
it. Nice one, 33.
All right. So the third outfit here. All right. Third outfit, we are going to go with, who is this?
I think that one is Benjamin.
Benjamin. This is Benjamin. All right. Just in case you guys don't have the photo in front of you, this is Benji. And I want to get a good close up, because we're gonna go a little bit specific on this, because from afar it looks like a pretty winning outfit. But there's just a few things that I would change. But first, let's get
a female opinion over there. SPU Nikki's back. SPU Nikki.
All right. So let me saying earlier. When it doesn't necessarily do that, you know, the good impression for you. I think that this person actually looks good with suit and pants. So it's not that it's not congruent to his personality to wear something like that. It's just more the specific blazer and pants that he has with him, it washes him out. So I've noticed kind of like what Sean was saying about the first outfit that Georgie had. It's an outfit that you notice the clothes first before the man. And you don't want to wear clothes that you notice first before the man. I would almost even say just even something as simple as changing the colors, like even doing like simple black, would have elevated this outfit already in and of itself. There's a few other things too that I noticed, but again, as Sean said, don't want to let the fish talk. So let's
okay, so see the man before the clothes.
See the man. What's that?
As Nikki was saying, is the girl wants to see the man before the clothes.
All right. So anyways, we have the technical breakdown of this outfit, if you remember.
Benjamin.
So yes, Benjamin, I appreciate the suit. I especially appreciate the suit with the sneakers. I love that outfit. That's a mainstay for me, especially in 2019, where you don't even really have to wear a suit in many situations. I think a suit with sneakers is a fine touch, and it's hard to pull off. And I think he is pulling it off. What I would change about this is I would probably change the color, like Nikki said. And it's terrible to say because I love that color so much. I like a grayish blue. I like a slate like that. I don't particularly love a type of slate like that on that specific skin tone. So maybe something a little bit less with less of a hue. So a little bit less color. So like a black or like an actual gray or like a charcoal, I think would look fantastic on him. To go further though, more so than even the color, I would say if you could take a look at his arms need tailoring so bad. The arms on this jacket need tailoring so bad, not only in the slimness of the jacket, but also in the length of the jacket. So the length of the jacket is going past his wrists. It's going going almost to where the thumb and the finger, right? So it's going way too far. It's making him look like again, like he's actually shorter than he is. Like he has shorter arms than he actually does. It makes him look younger, but not in a good way. Not like a good young, where like it looks like youth, but just a young inexperience, right? That gives a feeling as if you're wearing maybe like your dad's jacket and you don't especially want to wear a suit. So you need to shorten the sleeve on any jacket that you wear. You want to be showing at least a little wrist, right? Just a little wrist. Wrists are sexy. Wrists are pleasing to the opposite sex's eyes, right? Ankles too. That's why you see the new trend with the ankles showing, because ankles and wrists are sexy. So just like the ankles, don't ignore the showing of the wrists. But apart from shortening the sleeves, what he also wants to do is he wants to take in the sleeves. He wants to slim out those sleeves because there's just so much room in those sleeves. It's just very unflattering. It's making him look very, very skinny, but again, not in a good way. This shirt that I'm wearing right now, yes, it makes me look skinny, but in a good form-fitting, almost muscular kind of way. I mean, as muscular as I could possibly look, right? So, but this guy just looks like he's kind of swimming. His arms are just kind of swimming in that sea of fabric that is his sleeves. So I would take in the sleeves, because if he just shortened the sleeves and did not take them in and did not slim them out, then the sleeves would just look too short, because there would just be so much room around the sleeve, and it would just be short. So it would just kind of hang in a very short way, and it would just look ridiculous. But if you get both happening, like a very slim sleeve, but also short, well, then the sleeve just looks cropped. You know what I mean? Then it just looks tailored, right? So you could either show your wrist in that specific in that specific situation, or you can if you're wearing a long sleeve shirt underneath, you could show a little cuff, which also ups your proportions. It makes your proportions look fantastic. So if you take your hands and you take a look at that photo and you block out his arms and you look at the whole outfit without the arms, you'll actually notice how good that outfit looks. It looks like a phenomenal outfit, amazing outfit. And then take away your hands and then add in the arms, and then guess what? He looks like a regular guy. It's so crazy how just one thing can turn a guy from looking like a superstar to just a regular guy. And girls don't want to be with just a regular guy.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that
So
was
that would be my
awesome. Like
breakdown on the
a
three
lot of
outfits.
value there, Sean. Really learned a lot. And I've got a lot of questions I want to ask, but let's take it to the community here and let's look at the questions that some of the guys have. I've got Arvin Marvin. He says his question is, I'm a guy that is adding, where's that comment now? I'm a guy that is adding 2 pounds every month because he's adding muscle. So how does he shop efficiently? So if you're trying to gain muscle, you're trying to change your physique, how can you shop effectively in that way?
Yeah, well, your size as a man is rarely going to change. I mean, maybe you might jump like from age, say like 20, like early 20s to like late 20s. I mean, you may, if you start working out a lot, you may jump up maybe one size. You maybe go from a medium to a large, right? But you're not going to jump sizes and sizes up. You're just going to jump, your mass is going to jump up, right? So the size that you actually are, you'll keep that size, but you'll just gain in mass. So what you need to do, what this gentleman needs to do is he needs to, if your weight is going to be fluctuating, you know, stick with the same size or sizes around there, but also tailor in and out. You know, so take your clothes to a tailor, and if you, let's say you're losing weight, let's say I get a
Yeah,
shirt by the weight that I am right now. I want to take it to the tailor. I want to basically fit it to me. I want to slim it out to me, which is exactly what I've done with this
yeah,
shirt. That's why it looks like how it looks like, right? So if I gain weight, now I can take it to the tailor, and they can actually let it out,
interesting.
right, in certain areas. If my arms got a lot bigger, they can let it out, and now it is now suited to me still. So you can let things in just like you can let things
Interesting.
out, and vice versa. So you don't worry about weight. Don't. I know some guys want to wait until they
Yeah,
get clothing until they're at the perfect weight. That's not the
okay.
answer. There's many ways around
Interesting. I
that.
didn't know that you
So
could
don't
actually
worry.
tailor out. I thought once you tailor in, then it's like it's done.
Mm. So that's a little bit of a gray area. Some tailors just
Yeah,
take the fabric and they just throw it away. So sometimes you kind of just want to make sure that the tailor
leaves. Yeah,
leaves some
yeah,
fabric within the clothing and doesn't actually, because
yeah.
some tailors are perfectionists, right? So a tailor will take it in and then snip
Yeah,
that extra fabric and throw it out because they want the inside to look as good as the outside
interesting.
as well, because they're perfectionists, right? Because they're the art form. But I don't care how the inside of my shirt looks. I don't care if there's a bunch of
Mm,
fabric hanging out there to be used later on. That's okay. I just care about how the outside looks. So I tell them sometimes you just have to specify. Just check with them. Hey, can you leave a little bit fabric just in case I
super
get bigger?
important.
And they will do
Awesome,
that.
awesome, awesome. And another question we have here is, how do you make the best of style with not much money? This is from Raffaello.
It's tough. It's very tough. It's an art form to be able to select very low cost clothing and have it
Mm,
look like expensive clothing. However, it can be done. It can be done. And um, again, finding someone who has done that before or has experience with that, and kind of knowing which low cost brands
mm,
to shop and which to
mm.
avoid definitely helps. Um, but uh, but I would say if I could give one tip to do that, I would say tailoring. You know, I would much rather tailor I would much rather tailor a
Yes.
low cost blazer than get like a $3,000 blazer and
Yeah,
not be able to have it tailored. 100%. I would go with that low cost blazer and spend all the money on tailoring. And so then you can actually make it look like it is super expensive, because a good fit on something automatically makes something look super expensive, high class, and
100%.
very
Yeah, and
elegant.
that's also something I recommend. Is it's also something that I perfected. Is again, not because the guys think just because I wear Gucci or I wear fucking Louis Vuitton, then automatically I'm gonna look fashionable. And it's like a guy can wear Louis Vuitton, you can wear Gucci and still look like he's poor. So it's not about the brand, it's about how the clothes fit on you. And fit is so important that you can actually take a reasonable priced shirt or a reasonable priced pair of jeans. And again, if you add the tailoring aspect into it, it almost looks like it was made for you, which is the whole point. Because if it looks like it's made for you, again, it's like this guy cares about how he looks. Okay, pays attention to his image,
Mm-hmm.
and that's super important. Let's see what other questions we have here. Again, guys, if you have questions, any final questions, post them in the chat. In the meantime, Sean, do you have, I know we only covered 3 guys. What about the rest of the guys that posted their pics on the event? What can we do for those guys?
Yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't get to you on the live chat. But if any of the rest of you want to message me directly, we can set up, and I'm doing this for a very limited time, we can set up a time where you contact me and I can give you kind of a 10, 15 minute breakdown personally, right? So I can give you, it's like a complimentary 15-minute Skype consultation, where we go over that type of outfit and maybe where you can go from there. And we can do that for you.
Epic. So for anyone who posted their picture on the event, only for those guys, okay, Sean, send Sean a message on Facebook and he'll give you a free, you said 15-minute breakdown, 15-minute coaching session, just to help you with for that. Okay, we only wanna give value to the action takers. So the guys that actually posted their pics, Sean will get a hold of you. Just send Sean a message and he will give you your free 15-minute call just to give you some tips on your outfit. Let's look at the next question here. Some guy was an XS, now he's a medium. I don't know if he's getting DAC or he's just getting fat. Maybe just clarify that, because that might be a problem if you're getting chunky, bruh. But we've got Zulu Boy here saying that he looked at all his blue jeans and he saw the waterfall style denim on the Levi's. What does that mean, Sean? Can you clarify that? Maybe you understand that one.
Yeah, that means it's
nice.
A high quality
Beautiful.
pair of denim.
Awesome.
If he sees that waterfall style, you don't want that old grainy
100%.
dad style type of denim, right?
Awesome.
You want to avoid that at all costs.
Another question from Warren here is: how often do you get compliments on your outfits?
Me personally, every day, every single day.
Awesome.
All the time. But then again, listen, I do this for a living. I've broken down the science. There's nothing that I'm better at than this, this is my true calling. And so, yeah, I think that's, I get a lot.
Personally as well, every time I go out and I'm in the field, I always get either complimented on my style or the accessories that I have. And that's actually something that I consciously do and wear, because I know that's, again, it's about getting the girl's attention, getting her interest, and things like accessories that stand out, accessories that are different, are what's going to almost like force the girl to give you a compliment, because, again, you're standing out and stuff like that. So all the students that I help with their fashion, I always make sure that they get some sort of accessories, because that's just going to help them with, again, it's almost like free eyes in a way. But yeah, compliments all the time. If you look good, you get complimented. You feel good. If you feel good, you do good, man. Another one from Arvin here: what are the must-haves in your wardrobes? I'm starting from scratch and I'm on a student budget. My wardrobe is practically empty as I've outgrown all my clothes. So what are the must-haves? Okay.
The must-haves, it's tough to say, because the must-haves are different for every type of guy. And so I'd say must-have would be at least one good fitting pair of jeans, no matter who you are. I would say, I'd say a pair of good sneakers, not running sneakers, not athletic sneakers, but maybe I'd say probably a pair of white sneakers. I think goes a long way. Love the white sneaker. Probably one of my top 3 favorite shoes, favorite styles of shoes is the white sneaker. You can do so much with it. So a good fitting pair of denim, a white sneaker, and just a good fitting plain t-shirt. Good fitting plain t-shirt. Maybe start with black or a solid color like dark navy. Let's other things that you have to have depends on your climate as well. Some people just will never need more than a t-shirt in their climate. But if you live in anything but that, maybe just like a good hoodie or a good jacket, maybe not even a hoodie. Not everyone's the
Yeah.
type of hoodie guy, a hoodie type of guy, but a good jacket. You know, just the basics, just the good version of every of every at least one good
Yes.
version of every category. Yeah. Again, it's so hard to answer that question because
Yeah, you're
I
getting
would need
some
to know who
love
you are.
from Andy there. He did a 3-hour consultation with you, and
Thank
he said it was amazing. That's good stuff to hear, man.
yes, I thank you so much, Andy. I love Andy, and I'm actually going to reply to your email right after I've been so busy, but I loved your
Yeah,
email,
I'd
and we will
recommend
talk soon. Love
everyone
Andy.
to get in touch with Sean. The advice he gives is really valuable, practical advice that you can actually take some steps into improving your look. So again, I'd also highly recommend that you do a consultation with Sean Curtis. He is the king of fashion, especially in what we're trying to do in terms of improving ourselves, meeting and attracting women. Again, guys, there are a lot of questions, but if you do have any questions, please feel free to post them on the group and tag Sean in the post with any questions you have. But for your surgical homework, I want you guys to write down the 4 main things you learned from this live. What are the 4 main things you learned about fashion, about your outfits, about your look? And title it Surgical Sunday Homework, 18th of August. The 4 things that you learned from this Surgical Sunday. And Sean, where can guys get a hold of you?
So guys can get a hold of me through my business Instagram account, which is Dressed Official. My business is called Dressed, DRSSD. So the word
Okay.
dressed without the vowels. DRSSD
Yeah.
Official is the Instagram page. And then my own Instagram is my
Yeah.
personal Instagram. We can be friends. I will follow you back. Is Sean _ the
Okay.
_ automator. And I will go ahead and
Okay.
type
Perfect.
that in the
Cool.
chat right now, just because it can be.
Get in touch with Sean. DM
Um,
him. Again, I'd recommend that you get a consultation with Sean. It would be very, very valuable for you. And what I like about your consultations is, again, you're giving advice that guys can actually take and implement for themselves. Okay, it's not just a once-off thing. It's actually lessons that they can internalize and actually practically take on in the future. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Um, yeah, for
And
sure, bro.
yeah, and then can I say one more thing? And I want to give Anthony love. I want to give Anthony just like we did Andy, because Anthony also took a 3-hour consultation with me, and yeah, love Anthony. Thank you for the kind words, Anthony. And then finally, just as I know during this summer, I had kind of a deal going on where the price for a one-on-one is
Yep.
much lower than it usually is. If just because we need testimonials. We need testimonials.
Yeah.
So our company is new. So even though I've been doing this for so long, helping guys dress better, our actually company Dressed is kind of a new thing, and we need testimonials fast, especially from the pickup community. So if you do a one-on-one, I'd say within the next few weeks, definitely, the price is definitely going to be a lot more affordable. So we're running that right now. We have a lot of testimonials. We've gotten one from Anthony and Andy and many other people. So we're nearing as much as we need, but we still would like a little bit more, because we definitely want a good compilation to be able to put on the website. So if you'd be so kind to give us a testimonial after a 3-hour session, then we will definitely discount that price a good amount for you. So get in touch with me if you would be
Awesome,
interested,
Sean. It
but
was
thank you so much.
very, very awesome having you on this Surgical Sunday, on this live. Again, the tips, the advice, the knowledge that you share is incredible. A lot of golden nuggets, a lot of value bombs. And again, guys, put a thumbs up if you enjoyed the Surgical Sunday today. Put a thumbs up. Again, get in touch with Sean. He's got his special running at the moment. I would highly recommend that you do it. Again, it's only going to benefit you in your game, in your overall life. It's gonna just basically filter through all areas of your life. So I'd recommend get in touch with Sean, the king of fashion. It's been an awesome Surgical Sunday. Again, guys, I'm back on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube for any more awesome videos and content that I'll be sending out to you. Sean, it's been amazing. Hopefully we can get you back on another live Maybe you can break down some more guys' outfits, but it was really awesome having you. Awesome seeing you guys. It is what it is. Stay surgical, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Cheers, Sean.
Thank you, Tumelo. Appreciate it.